Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Metaphysics Podcast. I'm Dennis Goddard,
And I'm Louise Hitz.
and we're diving deep today into ending stress, addressing anxiety, releasing burdens, and even transforming doubt.
That's right.
We'll be drawing on some pretty fascinating insights from Darryl Anka, channeling an entity called Bashar.
Yes,
So buckle up, everybody. This could be a wild ride.
it is.
And while you're getting comfortable, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell us what you think in the comments.
Yeah, we always love to hear from you.
So Bashar offers some really insightful perspectives on these everyday challenges, and one of the most intriguing concepts he presents is the idea of density.
Right.
Now, I know what you're thinking, density, what does that even mean? But think back to a time when you felt truly light and expansive, maybe after a deep meditation or a moment of pure joy.
Exactly. Bashar suggests that this feeling of lightness is actually a glimpse into a less dense state of being. He explains that density in a metaphysical sense is actually essential for experiencing change. Imagine trying to move through honey versus water.
Okay,
Honey is denser,
right.
so it requires more effort to navigate.
So our physical reality is kind of like the honey.
Precisely. This density shapes our experiences, it creates a framework for change, and ultimately allows for growth and transformation.
Interesting.
Think of it this way, in a timeless, non-physical realm, everything would just be static, frozen in place.
Uh-huh.
It's the density of our physical reality that allows for movement, for the unfolding of events, for the possibility of becoming something new.
So density's not a bad thing, it's just part of the game.
Exactly. It's like the clay that a sculptor uses to create a masterpiece.
Hmm.
You need that resistance, that substance, to shape something beautiful and meaningful.
That makes a lot of sense. But even with this understanding of density, we still experience a lot of stress and anxiety in this physical world.
We do.
How does Bashar address that?
Well, he says that a lot of our anxiety actually stems from resisting the natural flow of life.
Okay.
We try to control everything. We shoulder too much responsibility, and we worry about things that might never happen.
Right.
Instead, he encourages us to act on our highest excitement and to have complete trust in the unfolding of life.
Highest excitement. Now, that's a phrase we hear a lot in these metaphysical circles.
We do.
But what does it actually mean for someone who's feeling stuck in their day-to-day grind? How do they even identify their highest excitement amidst all the noise and demands of life?
That's a great question, and it's something that requires some introspection and self-awareness.
Okay.
Think of it as that feeling of genuine enthusiasm and passion that bubbles up from within you.
Uh-huh.
It's not about external achievements or societal expectations,
Right.
but rather a deep inner knowing that this particular path, this particular action resonates with your soul.
So it's not necessarily about quitting your job and traveling the world, although that might be someone's highest excitement.
Yeah.
It could be something as simple as starting a new hobby, reconnecting with an old friend, or finally tackling that creative project you've been putting off.
Exactly. It's about tune into that inner compass and having the courage to follow its guidance, even if it takes you in unexpected directions.
I like that.
And here's the really liberating part. Bashar suggests that when you're acting on your highest excitement with complete trust, things naturally fall into place. He even says that anything that doesn't get done when you're in that state of alignment probably wasn't meant to be done anyway.
Wow. That's a huge weight off my shoulders. So many of us get caught up in that to-do list mentality, constantly feeling like we're not doing enough.
Absolutely. And that's where the trust piece comes in. It's
Oh, yeah.
about surrendering to the flow of life, knowing that you're exactly where you need to be in each moment.
Okay.
It's about letting go of the need to control every outcome and trusting that even the challenges you face are ultimately guiding you towards your highest good.
Okay, so we're acting on our highest excitement, trusting in the process, and letting go of control.
Right.
Sounds great in theory, but what about that pesky little thing called doubt? How do we overcome that nagging voice that tells us we're not good enough, not capable enough, not worthy enough?
Well, Bashar throws us a bit of a curveball here.
Okay,
He has a unique definition of doubt that might surprise you.
okay.
He suggests that doubt isn't actually a lack of trust,
Uh-huh.
but rather 100% trust in an undesirable definition.
Wait, hold on a second. Trust in an undesirable definition. What does that even mean?
Think about a time when you felt really doubtful about something.
Okay.
Maybe you were about to give a presentation, start a new project, or express yourself creatively. What were the thoughts running through your mind?
Probably something along the lines of, I'm going to mess this up, people are going to judge me, or I'm not good enough.
Right.
You know, all those classic self-sabotaging thoughts.
Exactly. And what Bashar is saying is that in those moments, we're actually putting 100% trust in those negative beliefs.
Okay.
We're trusting in the definition of ourselves as inadequate or unworthy.
So it's not that we lack trust, it's that we're misplacing our trust in limiting beliefs.
Precisely. And the key to transforming doubt is to shift our trust to something more empowering.
Okay.
Instead of trusting in the voice of fear, we can choose to trust in our own inner guidance, our innate wisdom, and our unlimited potential.
Okay, I'm starting to see the light here. It's not about eliminating doubt altogether, but rather about becoming aware of where we're placing our trust
Right.
and consciously choosing to trust in something that serves us better.
Exactly. And this brings us to another fascinating concept that Bashar explores, the idea of the kaleidoscopic self.
The kaleidoscopic self. Now, this sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
Bashar often talks about how our true selves are much more vast and multifaceted than we typically perceive. He describes one listener's experience of seeing a swirling kaleidoscope of colors during a deep meditation, which he interprets as a glimpse into their true, vibrant, energetic self.
Wow, that's a beautiful image. Like we're all these shivering beings with infinite layers and possibilities.
Exactly, and that kaleidoscope represents the immense potential and beauty that resides within each and every one of us.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that beneath the surface of our everyday personalities,
Right.
there's this incredible wellspring of creativity, wisdom, and love just waiting to be expressed.
So how do we tap into that kaleidoscopic self? How do we access that wellspring of potential?
Bashar suggests that acts of kindness are one powerful way to do just that. He sees kindness not as a duty or obligation, but as a reflection of our own self-empowerment.
I like that.
When we extend kindness to others, we're essentially acknowledging their inherent worthiness and potential, which in turn helps us to recognize our own.
I love that. It's like kindness is contagious.
It is.
When we act from a place of self-love and compassion, it creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same.
Exactly. And Bashar goes even further, suggesting that laughter is another potent tool for accessing our true selves.
Okay.
He describes the Big Bang as a cosmic joke, a grand ha moment that set the universe in motion.
Wait, so the universe started with a joke? That's a pretty wild concept.
It is. And from Bashar's perspective, laughter is a way of connecting with that cosmic energy of creation. It's a way of releasing rigidity, embracing the absurdity of existence, and opening ourselves up to new perspectives.
I've definitely experienced the power of laughter to shift my mood and lighten my perspective.
Absolutely.
It's like it helps to break down those walls of seriousness and allows us to see things with fresh eyes.
Exactly. And that's precisely what Bashar encourages us to do, to lighten up, to laugh more, and to remember that life at its core is a playful and wondrous adventure.
Well, that's a perspective I can definitely get behind.
Good.
But before we get too lost in laughter and cosmic jokes,
Right.
there's one more thing I wanted to touch on.
Okay.
Bashar mentions this idea of specific individuals having connections to certain star systems,
Yeah.
like Arcturus and Venus.
Uh-huh.
What's the significance of that?
It's a fascinating concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests that we're not just physical beings confined to this planet.
Right.
Rather, multidimensional beings with connections to a vast cosmic web of consciousness.
So what you're saying is our souls could have origins or connections to other star systems that we might carry within us the energy or wisdom of those places.
Exactly. And those connections might manifest in different ways, like having a strong affinity for a particular star system, feeling a sense of familiarity with its energy, or even having dreams or visions related to it.
So it's not just about physical location, but energetic resonance.
Right.
We could be drawing on these cosmic energies, these star system archetypes, to help us on our journey here on Earth.
Precisely. And the more we open ourselves to these connections, the more we expand our awareness and tap into the vastness of who we truly are.
Mind-blowing stuff. And just a reminder to our listeners, we'll be diving even deeper into these concepts in part 2, so be sure to stick around.
You know, as we're exploring these connections to other realms and our own multidimensional nature, it's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs and the maybes.
Right, like, are we really drawing energy from Arcturus? Did my soul have a past life on Venus? It's exciting stuff, but it can also bring up a lot of doubts.
And that's where Bashar's reframing of doubt becomes so powerful. Remember, he says doubt isn't a lack of trust, but rather complete trust in an undesirable definition.
So instead of saying, I doubt my connection to this star system, we could ask ourselves, what am I trusting that's leading to this feeling of doubt?
Exactly. Maybe you're trusting a belief that you're limited to this physical reality or that you're not capable of experiencing these cosmic connections.
It's like flipping the script on doubt. Instead of letting it paralyze us, we can use it as a springboard to uncover those hidden beliefs that are holding us back.
And once we identify those beliefs, we can start to question their validity. Are they really true? Or are they just old stories we've been telling ourselves?
And that's where the power of choice comes in. We can choose to keep trusting those old limiting beliefs, or we can choose to trust something more empowering.
And choosing to trust something different might feel scary at first. It might require us to step outside of our comfort zones and act on our highest excitement, even if it means facing our fears.
I'm thinking about that listener who wrote in about feeling restless and like they were missing something. Bashar's advice to them was to trust the way their life unfolds, to trust that they're exactly where they need to be in this moment.
That's such a powerful message for all of us. We live in a culture that constantly tells us we need to be doing more, achieving more, striving for more. But what if we simply allowed ourselves to trust the process, to trust that life is unfolding perfectly as it should?
It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? Just trust. But I think there's a profound wisdom in that simplicity. We don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to control every outcome. We simply have to trust that we're being guided, supported, and loved every step of the way.
And that trust opens us up to experiencing those synchronicities, those magical moments where everything seems to align perfectly.
Like that listener who shared about having their dreams come true synchronistically, working with a teacher, working in their community, working with friends to create acts of kindness. It's like when we're in alignment with our true selves, the universe conspires to support us in the most amazing ways.
Absolutely. And speaking of alignment with our true selves, remember Bashar's beautiful description of what the listeners saw during their deep meditation, that swirling kaleidoscope of colors.
Yeah, he said it was a glimpse into their true self, their energetic self, their consciousness self. It's such a vivid image.
And it speaks to the infinite potential that resides within each and every one of us. We're not just these limited physical beings. We're radiant beings with vast inner landscapes waiting to be explored.
It's like we're all walking around with these incredible kaleidoscopes inside us, just waiting to burst forth with color and light.
And when we choose to shine our light, when we act from a place of self-love and self-empowerment, it naturally extends outwards to others. We become beacons of kindness, compassion, and joy.
And that's where those acts of kindness come in, right? Bashar talked about kindness being a reflection of self-empower, a way of helping others to recognize their own worthiness and potential.
Exactly. It's not about doing for others from a place of pity or obligation. It's about meeting them where they are and reflecting back to them the truth of who they are, powerful, worthy, and capable of creating anything they desire.
And as we extend kindness to others, we also extend kindness to ourselves. We allow ourselves to be imperfect, to make mistakes, to learn and grow along the way. And that, I think, is the ultimate act of self-love.
And it's in those moments of self-acceptance and self-love that we're able to truly embrace the cosmic joke that Bashar talked about. We're able to laugh at the absurdity of it all, to find humor in the midst of challenges, and to approach life with a sense of playfulness and wonder.
Now, that's a perspective I can get behind. Letting go of the need to take ourselves so seriously and allowing ourselves to just be present, to be joyful, to be fully alive in each moment.
And, Bashar had some interesting things to say about how this idea of embracing the cosmic joke actually connects to the Big Bang.
Okay, hold on. You're going to have to explain this one because I'm all ears, but I'm not quite seeing the connection between laughter and the creation of the universe.
Well, Bashar suggests that the Big Bang wasn't just this random explosion. It was a moment of pure creation, a burst of cosmic laughter that set the universe in motion.
So like the universe is born out of a giant cosmic giggle. That's a pretty amazing image.
It is, and from Bashar's perspective, laughter is a way of tapping into that primal creative energy. It's a way of saying yes to the mystery and wonder of existence, of embracing the unknown and allowing ourselves to be surprised by life.
I love that idea. It's like laughter is a reminder that we don't have to have all the answers. We can just relax into the flow of things and enjoy the ride.
Exactly. And when we laugh, we release tension.
Right.
We let go of our need to control everything. We open ourselves up to new possibilities.
So it's not just about finding humor in everyday situations. It's about cultivating a playful attitude towards life itself.
Precisely. It's about remembering that we're all part of this grand cosmic joke, this magnificent unfolding that we get to experience firsthand.
And that brings us back to Bashar's advice about acting on our highest excitement and trusting in the process. It's all interconnected, isn't it?
Absolutely. When we're in alignment with our true selves, when we're following our joy and trusting the journey, laughter naturally arises.
Yeah.
It becomes an expression of our inner harmony and our connection to the universal flow.
So laughter is both a cause and an effect of living in alignment. It's like a feedback loop that amplifies our joy and expands our awareness.
Exactly. And the more we laugh, the more we invite those synchronicities, those magical moments that confirm we're on the right path.
It's like the universe is saying, Yes, you got it. Keep playing, keep laughing, keep shining your light.
And you know what's really cool about all of this? It's not some complicated formula or secret knowledge.
Right.
It's accessible to everyone.
You don't need a PhD in metaphysics or a special initiation to experience these truths. You just need to be willing to open your heart and embrace the adventure.
So if you're feeling stressed or anxious, try tapping into your highest excitement, take a step outside your comfort zone, trust the process.
Yeah.
And most importantly, don't forget to laugh along the way.
Beautifully said. Well, that brings our deep dive with Bashar to a close.
It has been a true pleasure exploring these profound concepts with you and with all of our amazing listeners.
Thanks for joining us on this journey, everybody. Remember, you are a radiant being with infinite potential.
You are.
You are worthy of love, joy, and abundance, and you have the power to create a life that truly lights you up.
Absolutely.
So go out there and shine your light, embrace your inner kaleidoscope of colors, and never stop laughing.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the Metaphysics Podcast for more mind-expanding explorations, and share your thoughts and insights in the comments below.
We love hearing from you.
Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
See you in the next episode. T2R.